What's up, Earth 2? I have this really odd blue dot on my nose on the camera. It's something about the angle of the sun and the angle of the camera. Oh, and it's moving quickly, like I can't get it on my nose anymore, but how appropriate for a video that is going to be about Easter eggs. Oh, oh. An Easter egg showed up in my camera to join me to talk to you about Easter eggs. It reminds me of the little fairy from Legend of Zelda from the N64 version. And I am in quite the fairy environment. This is Live Oak Campground in Santa Ynez, California. This is one of my favorite places on the planet because this is where we produce Lucidity Festival. Those of you who only know me through Earth 2 may not know that I'm a producer and marketing director of an event called Lucidity Festival. It's a transformational festival, 3 days of music, workshops, community, awesome food, consciousness, lucid dreaming, indigenous wisdom. It's pretty awesome. Definitely my favorite festival on the planet, but I know I'm biased. But anyway, check it out, lucidityfestival.com. If you're ever in Santa Barbara, California, in April. We always do it the second weekend of April. Our next event is April 2022, and it's here in this place. So, man, there's fairies. There's literally fairies here. It's unbelievable. All right, so I want to talk about this Easter egg business. This is super exciting to me, and I've been seeing different people's beginning attempts to decipher what clues there may be in the announcements. We've seen 2 announcements so far. The one that was just the bronze, gold, silver, what looks like maybe obsidian or coal or something like that, and then like a clear one. There was that first one that was tweeted out by Shane, and then there was the big poster that dropped today. And I've been interested in some of the analyses that have been out there so far. I don't think anybody's really hit on anything substantial yet, and I'm not sure that there necessarily is a code hidden within the poster, although there may be. I'm not discounting it. But there's a perspective that I have around all of this, and I'm going to make a prediction, and we'll see if it comes true. So, I haven't heard anybody mention yet that there's an old wives' tale that talks about the equinox, the spring equinox and the fall equinox, as the 2 times in the year when you can balance an egg straight up and down. And this myth has been debunked. There's articles out there debunking it, including, and back in 1945 or 1946, there's an issue of Time magazine that has an article with Albert Einstein basically declaring his skepticism that on the equinox it would have so much of a gravitational effect, balancing effect, that you could balance an egg. People have since said that you can balance an egg any time of year. It's just really hard. But this doesn't change the fact that for a long time, people have said that there's only 2 times a year that you can balance an egg, and it's on the spring and the fall equinox. Now, the spring equinox is in March. It's March 20th, and so this fairy. I'm moving my camera around a bunch so I can continue to get this fairy, so stick with me here. What do I want to say about the equinox? Now, regardless of whether or not it's true that it's the only time that you can balance an egg, notice in the poster that all of the eggs are balanced upright. Also notice that it's an Easter egg hunt, but they're not releasing it in April on Easter. Shane specifically said that they're releasing it in March. So my prediction is that they will be releasing it on March 20th the exact moment of the fall equinox. And this has me questioning, more about the equinox. Like, what is it about the equinox that is special? It's the day of the year that has equal days and equal nights. 12 hours of day, 12 hours of night. It is the day when the axis of the Earth is parallel to the sun, I believe. And so the Earth is literally cut cleanly in half that day, light and dark, along the north-south axis. So there was a guy named Keller who said that if there was any effect on the equinox of balancing an egg upright, that it would be in one specific spot on the planet, and it would be moving at 1,000 miles an hour around the equator. And so that's kind of fascinating that he says that if there is a gravitational effect where it could have an effect on the balancing of an egg on the day of the equinox, that this would happen on the equator and it would be moving in relationship to the rotation of the Earth at roughly 1,000 miles per hour. And why? That's because there's 24,000 miles, 24 plus 1,000 miles is the circumference of the Earth, and 24 hours in which it turns. And so there's one specific spot that the gravitational pull would be greatest, and this would be traveling as the Earth turned. So I don't know where that spot would be, where it would start, where it would end. I think people out there smarter than me may be able to figure this one out. But here's another suggestion that I have as we move into Easter egg hunting phase. Sort of like gunting in Ready Player One. And if you notice that the gunters team up, and they have agreements that if they find the Easter egg, that they'll share the winnings with the people who they team up with. And then there's obviously other people who are going to hunt solo. And so I really think that we should encourage a culture of sharing information among Earth2. And so I share this little tidbit of lore around balancing eggs and the equinox freely to all of you. And I really encourage other content creators to be sharing their theories freely to the community. And I think that if anybody finds an Easter egg and they were really helped out by the suggestions of someone either making a YouTube video or sharing their theories in Discord or on Facebook, I think it should be like a gentleman or gentlewoman thing to do, that you share at least 20% of the winnings with the person who highly influenced your strategy of finding the Easter egg. And, there's no way of enforcing that, but I think that it would be a good, kind gesture, and in the spirit of generosity and collaboration that I know at least Alpha Kingdom is attempting to foster. So hopefully others will join me in that declaration. I will declare for myself on record that if I find an Easter egg and I have been influenced by someone's theory or suggestions or hints or tips, I will absolutely share at least 20% of the booty with that person who influenced me to be able to find the Easter egg. And so I will leave you with that today. Jonah Gabriel, Earth2 Anthropologist, signing off. Happy hunting. Peace. Ow. So I'm walking back to my car after finishing filming that video, and look at that little light flare is still with me because the sun is in the background. Ow. And I noticed, totally not on purpose, look at what is on my shirt. while I'm shooting a video about Easter eggs. I totally forgot that this shirt from another festival called Dirty Bird has their logo, which is the egg with the little lightning bolt on it, like 1,000 times. That is synchronicity. Usually when synchronicity happens, it means that you're on the right path. So I'm even doubly feeling my equinox theory of when they're going to release the Easter egg hunt. Synchronicity.